sweep picking is, because I think a lot of people aren't as familiar with sweep picking as they are with economy or alternate.
Yeah, that's a good question. So obviously, alternate picking, exactly what it sounds like. We all alternate pick. I think when we all first start, it's all down pick, right? Which I'm still not. I'm still not great at it. Like I'll go to play with bands, and we'll have a part that's like. And like the drummer's like, dude, no, it sounds so much better when you down pick that whole thing. But I'm like, man, like my right hand doing like. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not going to do it. So, down picking is one thing, but I'm all about efficiency. So alternate picking is definitely going to be your first go-to for starting to learn speed stuff. Economy picking, again, is the idea of if you're moving down a string and you're coming from a down pick, just use that down to continue into the next string and then do your alternate pick and continue down. And the opposite is true as well. If you're going up, down, up, and you need to come up to the next string, you're going to up pick that string. So, if I'm down here and I'm going up, down, up, I'm going to up pick that next one. So. And it's hard to get used to at first, but once you start doing it, you start feeling like, oh, this is way easier. Sweeping is a beast, man. Sweep picking is kind of like, it's insane. So, but I always hated sweep picking. I don't know about you, Brock, like back in the day, but man, I always hated it. I always thought it was like this flashy thing that people were just doing because everybody was doing it. And I was like a rebel, man. I was like, I'm not going to sweep, take that. And then I think 5 years ago, I was like, man, I wish I would have learned to sweep pick. So for now, I'm back into that groove, and I'm really enjoying starting to learn the nuances of that. Sweep pick, it kind of takes that idea of economy, but like just overdoes it towards just one direction. So you have a line of notes that are coming across, and you're just sweeping. Literally, you're just sweeping across string, and you're going through. Now, of course, that in this context sounds like, oh, that's nothing. But also simultaneously, you're changing notes up here, and you're also muting notes. So you can't push two notes down at the same time. So if I had like a sweep of, I'm not going to be able to go and have those notes ring out simultaneously. They have to be muted. So I have to get rid of all those notes to like mute them. So you're muting with your left hand, and you're also muting with your right hand as you kind of come across so that you don't have any ringing notes at the same time. So all that is like fearful and terrifying maybe, but it doesn't have to be, because I started with a 3-note sweep pick move to start all of my sweep picking endeavors. And I think that's all you need. Honestly, I think you could do it in 2 strings to start learning sweep picking. But the simplest one, and note that I think I'm a half step down on here, like the good old Stevie Ray Vaughan. So I'm a half step down, but we're going to do these frets. These frets will still sound good, don't worry. But we're going to start on that high E with the pinky. And with the pinky, you're going to hit that 15th fret, and you're going to up pick it. And you're going to then pull off to your index on that 12th fret. So you'll see I'm up picking, nothing else. The next note you're going to play is the 13th fret of the B string, that next string down, and you're just going to come up to it. And now this is where it gets a little complex, but it's why we only do 3. 12th fret of the G. And then you're going to reverse it. So basically you have this kind of, let's try to warm up. Let's try it. So you've got like that feeling of like, but and then you can start adding. So a lot of times I'll go through like those 3 string. So you could just go through all of these exercises. But again, it's a little complex, and I didn't start off just by being like, right? I didn't just start being like, okay. Like, I didn't start like the very easy way. It was very much it was very slow in the process, but you could use it all over the place. I mean, if you've got like your G major, you could go through all of those like positions of the major scale and like arpeggiate them. So you could just kind of go through all of them. You could do arpeggios themselves. So it's fun. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It takes a lot of warm up to be able to nail them for sure. But I could usually get my sweeps, like the 5-string, 6-string sweeps, up to like 240 BPM, which is very achievable considering I didn't touch sweeps for years. So, but yeah, sweeping's fun.
Hey, thanks so much for watching that video. That was just a short clip of one of our longer Q&A videos. If you're interested in watching some more of those videos, then I recommend you hit the subscribe button over here. It's really awesome. Also, we got more videos over here, so check some out if you're interested in learning more about breakthrough guitar or advancing your guitar skills. Peace.